Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips with a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shop fair today. Today gonna go out today, see if things came out today, see if things are on sale. Today though, new release-wise, there's a handful of new things coming out. The Fall Guy is coming out today, and I believe that, I think Walmart has a exclusive Steelbook for that one I saw, as well as Strangers Chapter 1 is releasing today, as well as the film Ezra. And I believe there's a handful of other smaller releases coming out today as well. I also want to let you guys know as well, if you guys haven't seen the past couple videos, I was talking about how I was cast in the upcoming horror science fiction film Alien Horde. Well, the film now is at the final 5 days with the Indiegogo. You guys can check out the link below to find out how to get involved with the project. It's going to be shooting in the Los Angeles area in like mid-October window. For that one. So if you guys are interested in getting involved, you can check out the link below for that one. Also, though, at the end of this video is going to be a whole bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for those at the end of this video as well. But anyway, though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. And in here right now, they have some exclusive Simpsons toys. I actually found a lot of them over the weekend. They have like the play set, like the one of the sets is like the couch, and you can put the characters on the couch sitting there. And then they have like little mini ones, and then bigger size ones of like Groundskeeper Willie and stuff like that. So a whole bunch of different ones. The one that's really rare and hard to get, and like it doesn't seem like most of the stores got more than one, is a Krusty doll. It's like this really cool talking Krusty doll. And I saw there was like these Batman things they're putting out that I think are Target exclusives. They're like Batman Return figures or something, or the Batman Returns version of Batman. Kind of cool. Just a couple things like that too that are exclusives to Target. So the Krusty doll is the one big thing I'm looking for, and the that Batman one, because I found most of the other Simpsons ones. When it comes to, you know, here I always check the front where the books are now, where it used to be the movies, see what's new and changed. I think this is new, and I think this was new. I don't think they were there last Tuesday. And you always have to check the turd mags. Anything new in the turd mag front? But we'll head over to the actual section though. Hopefully they switched out the movies and have some of the new stuff out, and we'll see if anything toy-wise what there is. The Simpsons go really quick, so I have a feeling there's probably nothing left of them, but we shall see if they have anything though. I had heard though, when it comes to the Krusty doll, the woman at the one Target showed me, like technically they were showing that they were supposed to be put like in this area, surprisingly, but then I saw some people online finding it, you know, in the actual toy section. So you always have to check this back area, because sometimes they end up putting things in there. But I did look in the movies though, and as you guys can see, nothing is there whatsoever. They have the spots for the Fall Guy, the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the 4K, but nothing new was switched out there though. But we're headed to the toy section, see if there's anything different over there though. See, this area too is another spot to check for the Krusty doll, because it's kind of like the other one. It's almost like the spillover section. So technically I feel like the Krusty doll too could be kind of randomly in one of these spots down here as well. Like I think that's kind of where to look, is in these kind of vicinities as well. But this location though, Turtles wise, I don't see anything new mixed in here, and then I don't see any of the Simpsons. It's really weird. Like this location doesn't seem to have gotten any of the Simpsons in, and they're kind of like randomly, when I've been finding them, they're like randomly just kind of strewn about in spots. But it doesn't look like this one either. They got them already and they all sold. This is definitely new. This Batman, the Joker mobile, that's definitely not $15.99. That's definitely in the wrong spot, I would think. But that's kind of funny. I definitely never seen that one before. But you see this Batman thing, so I got to make sure I don't forget to look for that Batman figure I was mentioning, that one that was the Batman Returns one. It was kind of like a, you know, kind of like this size, but I feel like that probably might have been part of this line, I would think though. But it looks like they don't have any of them from what I can tell. Into Walmart we go. Right when I came in, the Zamboni, see it? It's always going on, but today it's human operated. Sometimes the Zamboni is like left to its own vices, and it's just like doing its own thing. It's so weird how with that Zamboni, you know, leave me alone, sometimes it's just doing its thing. And today they're operating it, but I've not peeked at anything or looked or anything like that. So go to the movies first, and, you know, fingers crossed, hopefully they've switched things out and stuff like that too. So we shall see, because as you saw, Target did not switch out anything. There was absolutely nothing switched out there whatsoever. So we shall see. Like, the thing is too, you can see that it's not just like the movies, you know, like some of the other things like the toys and stuff, like certain things just don't get stocked and stuff like that. But Like I said, we've not peeked. Let me see. I've some. Oh, the crying. I hope that isn't. Oh, no. I can see some stuff. I see things peeking through. Let's see. All right, so I see some things. I see the Fall Guy here. I don't see any 4Ks, but I see the 4K would be $29.96. The Blu-ray is $24.96. The DVD is $19.96. And then they did get the Strangers Chapter 1. There is a 4K as well for $29.96. Doesn't look like they have that one, but the Blu-ray is $19.96 and the DVD is... Oh, so it's one of those things where it's the same. It's so weird. It's like the Blu-ray and the DVD and the digital is $19.96, and if you want just the DVD, it's $19.96, and you don't get the digital copy or the Blu-ray. So it's to me, I never can understand why, when it's the exact price, you do that. And then over here, though, I see a couple other things. Challengers and Unsung Hero was last Tuesday, but Back to Black, that released today. And then other than that, though, that seems to be all the main new things here. Let's see, though. Oh, yeah, and then over in the actual section, they did get, that's good, though. They're starting to get the Blu-ray and the DVDs and more things now. See that one Nicolas Cage movie, Arcadian, which was pretty good? I thought that was decent. A lot of times, though, they would only get the DVD because, like, you know, you'd have to go for, like, the releases that were from Shudder and stuff. A lot of times Best Buy used to be when they still had the DVDs and Blu-rays, they were the place you would get the Blu-ray copies. So it's good now they have both of them. So hopefully they do that for more often now. And then they have Ezra, that was one of the other ones today for $12.96. That one, though, it looks like they only got the DVD. So hopefully, though, they do that more often, though, and have both, because that's really good. Other than that, though, I don't think I see anything else new here in the section. That seems to be all the main new ones, because these other ones here were about 2 weeks back and everything, though. So let's look in their toy section, see if there's anything different in here. It's funny, they have these things that are kind of like Squishmallow sort of knockoff kind of things. They're not Squishmallows, but it's kind of like their own, like Disney's making things kind of like it. It's sort of funny because they what's weird is, though, they do Squishmallows, though, so it's weird that they're doing, you know, they've released stuff through Squishmallows, so it's weird how they're doing their own ones. These are some of the newer ones. I've shown these ones already, like the older, you know, a Young Splinter one, and like these are the ones with the robots and stuff like that. The old school ones, though, those all sold. Let's look, though, in the section, though, and see if there's anything different in here. I guess these are marked down Jurassic Park things. I don't think those are new ones. Let's see. So all the way over here is where the stuff is. But over here, though, in the actual section, though, not seeing anything new. These are these other turtle ones that they had that came out, but these ones are kind of like more like the, I guess, like the 2000 and like 3 turtles kind of one, or kind of like the later ones. They're okay, though. They're a little bit more basic kind of looking, these ones, but they have some of these ones too. I like more of this look and more like the old original look. These ones are okay, just not as good, though. But doesn't look like anything in here different, though, as far as I can tell. And the Simpsons one I was mentioning, those ones are only sold in Targets, though. So it's, at least as of now, I think they're going to be going to Amazon at some point, though. Into the second Target we go. We shall see if this has anything different toy-wise, and also if this one put out the movies, because like I said, the other one had nothing switched out, so we shall see. This is the only other one I'm going to, so hopefully they have some other stuff out here. I guess we'll just keep the fingers crossed for a while. Don't go too quick, but we shall see. I have to kind of beat up the music in here, but they do have some of the Simpsons things out in here, and this is one that I hadn't found yet, the Homer. This isn't one of the talking ones, the Krusty one I was mentioning, but that one's very hard to find. But they do have the this is the, you know, couch place that I was mentioning to you guys, you know, the living room, and the front of the house is on the, when you reverse it, so it's pretty cool. And then this is that set that has all the figures together in here as well. Yeah, but in there, though, as you guys could see, they did have out some of the Simpsons stuff, and I ended up getting the one Homer doll one. I'm still trying to find the Bart one. I found one of them for Ethan already, the Bart one, and a Homer, but I found my Homer one now. But in there, though, they did have some of those new, you know, those ball things you put together as well. They had the Lord of the Ring ones in there. And movie-wise, though, in the section, they only had one lone copy of Fall Guy. Other than that, that was all they had in there, though, new release-wise. Into the second Walmart we go. Yeah. A lot of balls here. Clearance balls. But we'll see. This one, you come right to the toys. I remember sometimes they're blasting music in here, but we shall see. But yeah, the toys, you come right to it in this one. This one, I remember this, where I originally found these Odie ones, the only ones that actually had them. Most of the locations just had the Garfields and the Odies. They actually have some of them still, though. But we'll see anything in here different and stuff like that, though. You see some of this stuff, so I guess this is like newer stuff that they're stocking, or it's either stuff they're stocking or stuff they're going to move to the other like clearance area and stuff like that. It may be that, it may be the stuff that didn't sell and stuff. I did see some stores too are getting the Street Sharks in as well. I think Targets. I actually ordered those a long time ago, like months back from Amazon. So I got those ones, but at Comic-Con they're supposed to have an exclusive one, but we'll see if it's at all possible to get it. But don't really see anything else different in here, though, but we shall see. Over here, though, movie-wise, it looks like they're putting something in boxes out here, so let's see. Yeah, in here, though, they're actually just stocking stuff out, and they have this one thing in here that's like a Strangers Chapter 1. I don't know if this is exclusive to them or not, but that's a pretty cool 4K one in here that they have. But yeah, it might be something exclusive, or maybe that's the way all the 4Ks are for the film, but very cool, though. Anyway, though, guys, that was all for my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, in the comments below, let me know what you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K if you guys ended up picking up anything today. I also wanted to make sure to mention to you guys as well, those wondering, I will be at the San Diego Comic-Con this week, so I'm going to be doing my video tomorrow. You know, the preview night video, kind of just like looking for certain things, showing some of the exclusives that I can show, you know, that kind of stuff. And then on Friday, I do my full tour video, kind of showing the autograph room, kind of all around, you know, dealer's room, the panel areas, all that kind of stuff. So if there's anything specific you guys would like me to show, you know, in the tour video or in Comic-Con videos in general, let me know, like any booths or any specific items to look for or any of that kind of stuff as well. If you guys know, too, anything cool horror-wise, too, to look for there, let me know. It's the problem with a lot of the exclusives is you have to enter a lottery thing. So we'll see when it comes to going there what I can actually get. We shall see. This past weekend, though, I did see a couple of different films, though. The first one I saw was Twisters, which I would say it was better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was as interesting as the original, though, when it came to like explaining like the things that went up into the Twister and kind of how they collected data, and some of that stuff wasn't as cool as that was in the original. It was all right, though. The other one that I saw was one called Oddity, which I kept on wanting to call it Oddball for some reason. It was one called Oddity, which was a Shudder original, which went to theaters, which I really liked. That was an Irish horror film about this woman whose sister was killed by this guy in this house that they were remodeling, and she wanted to go and like kind of figure out what had happened. It was a really interesting, really creepy film. The other one that I saw was the re-release, you know, the 40th anniversary of the Never-Ending Story in theaters, which was really cool to see that because, you know, I never saw that in theaters, of course. And I remember as a kid, it traumatized me so bad. I honestly don't think I've watched the first film, you know, in probably like 30 years, something like that. So it was the first time I had really watched that again since I was probably like 8 years old, something like that. It's been a very, very long time because the whole thing with the horse, and you know, I would cry so bad. I had such a problem with that movie, so I watched the second one more. So it was weird seeing it again, but it was a really good movie though, and I was like crying, of course, the whole movie. For some reason, that whole movie, like, I don't know, and a lot of the stuff that it talks about, and like, you know, people that lose hope in their dreams and all that stuff, like stuff I've always held on to my whole life. I feel like, okay, that's where I got that from. Oh, the Never-Ending Story. Oh, okay. Now I kind of see that, but I'm like, I should have watched the ending more because, you know, if you know the ending, it's not as bad for the horse, and I didn't really pay attention to that as a kid. I don't know why. But anyway, though, guys, like I said, let me know if you guys saw anything this weekend as well, and for the stuff to look for and show at Comic-Con. But anyway, though, guys, now stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K review. And the first one I got here is from Lionsgate, and I will let you know, guys, that it's very warm in this room today. I just put the air on for a little bit, but I can't have it on when I'm doing the videos, but it's hot in here today. But the first one I got here is from Lionsgate, and this is the Strangers Chapter 1. I saw this one in theaters as well. I actually really like this one, and, you know, this is sort of a remake of the original Strangers film. film in a sense. But it's funny is I kind of honestly like this one a little bit more because this one is setting up to be, you know, a series is going to be 3 chapters in this. They actually already shot the other 2 parts, but I like the concept. I mean, I like this one, the way this one is going, and I feel like it's like just story wise, it's going in an interesting level, like direction. So I'm really interested in seeing where they go in the sequels and everything too, because I thought this one was really creepy. One thing that a few people have complained about though was there was a few kind of like weird, I guess you'd say like kind of like choices that some of the characters were making at times, but that's kind of like the classic horror movie thing where you're like, why are you going in there? What are you doing going in that room? Like that kind of stuff. There was a lot of like them kind of making weird decisions. It's basically a couple that were staying in this, you know, Airbnb, and basically, you know, people showed up outside and kind of made their lives a living hell. These characters wearing masks, and that's them kind of figuring out what they're going to do. But I really, really like this one a lot. Has on here a commentary track with the producers and then the actress on the film. The making of on here on this one, as well as a theatrical trailer, but really, really like this one a lot. I didn't like it as much as the second Strangers because I really like the 80s vibe to that one, but still really, really cool movie. The next one here, this is from Lionsgate as well, and this is the 4K Ultra HD edition, which includes the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the digital copy of Boy Kills World. This is one that I missed seeing in theaters. I was really excited to see this one, or really looking forward to seeing it, because the voice actor in here is a voice actor I've been a fan of forever. I always like mess up his name. I forget his actual name, but I always think of him as Coach McGurk on the show, you know, Home Movies. But he's a great voice actor. He's been around forever. So it's so cool because he's basically the voice of Bill Skarsgard's character, because he had like, when he was younger, this accent. So he basically took on the voice of this video game that he was a big fan of. So it's that real whoa voice, that kind of deep kind of voice. And basically though, this is Bill Skarsgard's character, that when it's something that happened to him when he was a kid, and it's kind of him getting revenge on those people, it becomes this crazy like fighting movie. It kind of had the vibe a little bit to me of like Hardcore Henry. Like it had that sort of feel to it, not the way it was shot, but just like the feel of the way things are acting, and a little bit like that kind of vibe to it. It has on here, though, the featurettes on here, featurettes on the making of the martial arts training with Bill Skarsgard, Bill and Yan featurette, and 2 trailers on here as well. The other one here, this is from Lionsgate. This is also from A24. This is the 4K, includes the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the digital copy of the film Civil War. This one, too, is what I saw in the theaters and really love this movie. This stars Kirsten Dunst. You know, Jesse Plemons, too. He has a little cameo in the film, which was interesting. I heard that he wasn't originally even going to be in the film. Jesse Plemons is Kirsten Dunst's husband, and you know, he was recently in Kinds of Kindness. He's a great actor, really, really good too. And I think somebody like dropped out or got sick or something happened, and he kind of came in last minute because he was there to do the role, and he was great, like so cool. He kind of mimicked his look after Jack Black in Tropic Thunder, like kind of the way that he made himself look. But this is basically about a journalist that's going with Kirsten Dunst's character, and these journalists that are going to photograph when the world has kind of gone into, everything has gotten bad in the future. It's kind of like war things, but they kind of don't know exactly all the details. It's kind of kept very vague on what exactly has happened to everything, but you know it's not good. You know, people are kind of like hiding out. It's like the Walking Dead type stuff. People are hiding in certain areas. You go to certain areas, it's really dangerous. You could get killed, like stuff like that. Really, really great movie. I really like this director's films. He also did Ex Machina, and I love his style and everything too. He said somewhere that he might not be making more movies, but hopefully he was just saying that. I really hope he continues doing films. It has on here, though, a making of on here, a 6-part documentary and a trailer on this one. The other one here is from Lionsgate as well. This is one here called Unsung Hero, and this is basically, though, about this family that came over from Australia. And they're basically, the one guy was like an agent to a number of different like stars and everything. And he kind of came over to America and trying to figure out how to start, you know, over there and kind of have clients there and things like that. And he's been having all these issues with clients and losing clients and clients going with other talent and things like that. And it's kind of about him figuring out what he's going to do with the family. And it's kind of involves them kind of becoming the talent themselves in a sense as well. It's an interesting movie here. The one actor in here, I've always been a fan of Lucas Black, who was in, Sling Blade, and, I've been a fan of him forever. So it was cool to see him in this movie as well. Terry O'Quinn was in the movie too. I remember seeing him years ago when I worked at the movie theaters. He used to come in a couple times. It's kind of funny back in Maryland. But it has on here a commentary track on here. It has on here some making of, deleted scenes on here, and a trailer on this one. The next one here, this is from this one is from Warner Brothers. They sent out a free copy. Just want to let you guys know that this one was available. And this is a really cool 4K collection here that includes the 4Ks and the digital codes of the Rocky film. So this is the Rocky, the Ultimate Knockout collection here. So this includes all of the Rocky films up until Rocky Balboa. And then for Rocky Balboa, it includes the theatrical version, the director's cut. And for Rocky 4, it has the theatrical version. And then Rocky versus Drago, the Ultimate Director's Cut. And the making of Rocky versus Drago, Keep Punching on here as well. And then I'll show you guys a look inside. It had the digital codes as well. And each film is on their own discs here as well. And like I said, I think this is the first time they've ever been released on Blu-ray, I believe. Or maybe it's the first time they've ever been together in a collection like this. Now, the next one here, this is from Universal. And this is a really fun movie called The Fall Guy. And this is the extended edition. The extended version is actually, because sometimes when they do extended version, it's only maybe 3 minutes longer or something like that. It's actually the theatrical version is 2 hours and 6 minutes. The extended version is 2 hours and 26 minutes. So it's 20 minutes longer for the extended cut of the film. This is a fun movie. It stars Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. And Emily Blunt is a director making an action film. And she basically had kind of a fling with Ryan Gosling's character. And they kind of are having on and off again problems, and basically one thing leads to another, and they end up together on another project together when they had their fling in the past and things didn't work out. And basically, Gosling comes on to be the stunt double for the star of the movie. But what happens is the star of the movie ends up going missing. So it becomes a whole thing of Gosling's character having to actually be a real stunt guy, like a real hero, and figure out what happened to the actor and kind of find him and everything. It's a really fun movie. Like I said, it has the extended cut of the movie. It also has over an hour of action-packed features, gag reel, alternate scenes, stunts, and more on this one here as well. The other one here, this is from Universal as well. This is the Blu-ray edition of that film Back to Black, which is a film on Amy Winehouse. This is basically about, her life story, kind of about how she had started in her career and basically the things that she had gone through and kind of how she became famous and, her struggles and things like that, as well. It's very sad if you know kind of what she'd gone through and the very end and everything as well, because she was an amazing musician, the music that she put together, but she went through so many things and stuff. So this is all kind of about what she had gone through, but a really, really well done character piece. The actress that plays Amy Winehouse too, I thought she did a really good job. It has on here featurettes, transitioning to an icon, music out of a heartbeat, feature commentary on here as well. The next one here, this one was from Bleecker Street and from Decal, and it's a movie here called Ezra. And this is one I saw in theaters as well, starring Bobby Cannavale and Robert De Niro. And this was great. This is, as somebody too that's, has spectrum things himself, this is a very good representation of autism and people that are going through autism and things like that. It's basically about Bobby Cannavale's son who is autistic, and it's basically him kind of struggles with his ex-wife, played by Rose Byrne, about how he should be raised and about if he should be put into a specific program. And basically, it's kind of, he takes his son and goes on this road trip. It's a really, really good movie. It was one of those movies I loved so much. I thought De Niro did a great job in here. Rose Byrne did a really good job. It has great cast. Whoopi Goldberg's in here. Rainn Wilson is in here. The actor who played Ezra did a great job. I think this was his first film, and he is on the spectrum too. So they really did get an actor who was on the spectrum for it, which is very important too when you're doing these kind of films. It has on here though a conversation with the director on here, as well as an interview with the actor Tony Goodwin and the screenwriter as well on here. And the next ones I got here are from moviezing.com, and I have a link below where you guys can get these ones for the best price. And this first one here, this one was from Sony. It's one here which stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, called Darkness of Man. This is one I was really looking forward to watching too, because Spencer Breslin, he has a part in the movie too, and I've gotten to work with Spencer on two of the films that I directed, Desert Fiends and most recently Skate to Hell. Really nice guy, someone I really love working with, good friend of mine, so really wanted to see his part in here. And he was great. Like his character, he kind of almost reminded me of like like how he came into the movie, like almost like Kevin Smith in like the Die Hard movie, kind of like that a little bit, like his character sort of is that kind of thing. And basically it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme's character was this like kind of like an operative, and basically he's kind of in charge of kind of protecting someone, and basically it's kind of one of those things where it involves all these different kind of people coming after him and becomes like a whole living nightmare type thing. Lots of different cameos are in here too. There's a lot of different people that pop up throughout the film and stuff like that, but really cool movie, really good action here. And you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme is always really good as well. The other one here, this is from Movie Zing as well, and this is also from Vision Films, and this one I really was looking forward to seeing too, because it has Bai Ling in the film, who I've gotten to work with as well. She was in Desert Fiends too. This is one here called The Keeper of the Five Kingdoms. This is a really fun movie. It has James Hong in the movie. It's interesting. I think they shot this movie a number of years back, but it just released now. But it was really fun, and it has that kind of old school kind of like 80s throwback kind of vibe of like those like Big Trouble in Little China kind of adventure films. And it's basically involving like this box that this girl has, and she kind of decodes it and like pushes all the sides together, and it kind of like opens up this portal, and they kind of get all trapped in this portal where Bai Ling's character is. It's a really fun movie though. Like I said, it's got that real very 80s throwback kind of feel. The next one here, this one was from Mill Creek, and this one was here to let you guys know that it was available. And this was the documentary on William Shatner. This is called William Shatner, You Can Call Me Bill. And this was from 2024, so it's a new documentary that just released. It's all about, you know, the William Shatner, and kind of about him and the fandom and all that kind of stuff as well. I have been a fan of William Shatner forever. I always remember too when he first released that music, and I remember like my parents were always playing that album that he made. But really great documentary here. It has on here though a lot live Q&A on here with William Shatner and the director on here as well. And the other one here to let you guys know that was available from Mill Creek too, and I showed you this one last week too, and this one just releases at the documentary on the Simpsons, the 6-part documentary series. It also includes on here 11 hours of never before seen uncut interviews on here as well. The next one here, this one was from Epic Pictures, from their Dread Presents line, their Dread Original line. It's one here called The Hangman. This was really cool. This was like kind of like this town. It's kind of being all taken over by this kind of crazed hangman. And basically when the hangman comes for you, it's like you see this the noose kind of come and comes after you. This was really creepy. Like the hangman kind of has that look of like a scarecrow or something like that look a little bit, but very creepy. Like this town just kind of taken over by this mystery of this scarecrow. It has on here a commentary track on here, making of featurettes, bonus interviews, and a deleted scene on here as well. The other one here, this one was kind of like, this one's from SRS Cinema. This was sort of like Inner Space a little bit, that movie, and it's called Nano Shark. And it's basically about like a guy that gets injected into a small thing like bloodstream thing into someone's body. And it's, like I said, just kind of like Inner Space, that kind of feel to it. Really fun kind of like crazed shark movie in here, trying to stop the shark thing. I don't know, it was interesting. It has on here a commentary track, a trailer on here as well. And then the next one here, this one was from this is from Cape Light Releasing, and this movie was so cool for being like a throwback to like a real 80s movie. Like the music was so 80s and like had this real like total throwback vibe. And this is The Last Commodity. This is like was it, I keep mixing up the name, was it from the Last Samurai series? This is like kind of an unrelated sequel in a sense, because it's not called that, but it's like in that same series. And it's basically though this fighter that kind of has to battle this whole group of all these people, and they're all kind of training together and stuff for this fight. But all the scenes and stuff, it has like all these old school montages and stuff that are like really old, like 80s sounding music, which I love so much. Like that was the coolest thing, was the music. I almost wish they would release like a soundtrack or something for this one. The next ones here, these are all from Kino Studio Classics. And this is one I'm so glad now is on 4K. I've watched this movie throughout the years so many times. And this is such a fun movie. It's directed by Frank Oz, who also did What About Bob, which is one movie that needs to come to Blu-ray sometime. And it's called In and Out, with starring Kevin Kline. Like, this is just such a great movie. And it's basically Kevin Kline is this teacher in this small town, and Matt Dillon, he was one of his students in the past, and Matt Dillon's character was in like a Saving Private Ryan type movie, and he ended up getting an Academy Award, his character, for it. When he goes up on the stage to say thank you, he says, I'm going to say thank you to my teacher, Kevin Kline's character, and he taught me everything, and he also taught me that it was okay to be gay, and because his character that he was playing was gay. So he basically outs his teacher as being gay, but his teacher never was out as being gay. He was currently about to get married to, Joan Cusack's character, and it's basically like this whole thing, and the whole town, like, his parents are saying, you're gay? I had no idea. And there's, Joan Cusack is like freaking out, and Kevin Kline starts to kind of question things like, well, I've never have been married before, and I never slept with a woman. So he starts questioning things. Really great movie. I know some people say it's not, I guess PC in some ways nowadays. I saw some people posting about that recently. I don't see that at all. I don't see this in any way as negative whatsoever. I see this as a very positive, because everything is done in a positive. I don't know. I always like this movie. It has on here a commentary track on here, direct interview with the director on here, interview with the composer, vintage clips on here as well, and behind the scenes. But great movie. If you guys have never seen this one, give this one a chance. Really fun movie. The other one here is from Kino Studio Classics as well, and this is one, Can't Stop the Music. This is the first time this one has been released on 4K. I think it was out in the past from, I think maybe Shout Factory or something. It may have been. I can't remember for sure, but I know for sure this is the first time this has ever been on 4K. And this is one of the films that the Village People had all acted in. I don't know how many movies they acted in, but this may have been the only one. But I always remember that, like, this is like the one that I remember hearing about they had acted in. Now this one has on here a commentary track on here with film critic Harrison Lee Gambin and podcaster and the Village People expert DJ Maynard. Has a commentary with the fabulous Alan Carr. On here, interview with Village People's Randy Jones, and theatrical trailer and TV spots. And the last one from Kino Lorber, and this is from the Kino Cult line. This is the 9th release here, and this is the movie Nightmare Beach, which stars John Saxon. And this is a really cool movie. This is one of those movies that I think until I think it came out a number of years back on Blu-ray for the first time. It was one of those movies that was kind of like a lost film that never really had like a big release or really had come out in America. And it's basically during spring break, and there's someone like on this motorcycle kind of killing people, and they're kind of trying to figure out who it is. It's not the greatest of these kind of movies. Like Hitcher in the Dark, I thought was a little cooler, and some of the other ones like this, but still a cool movie though. Has on here a commentary with film historian Sam Daheen on here, interview on here with the composer Claudio Semente, and it has on here both the English and Italian dub and a theatrical trailer. And the last one here, which is from Turbine Media, and this is a really cool German media book release here of the Ty West film Pearl. Now this was the, of course, the prequel to the film X, and then of course the most recent one was Maxine, and this is kind of about the character and how when she was younger, the character was the old woman in X, and kind of the killing that she had done in the farmhouse and everything. But Mia Goth is so good in this movie. This is a great film. And the thing too about this movie too was incredible colors, like absolutely amazing. Like it was done in that kind of Technicolor look to look very like 70s and that 60s, 70s kind of Technicolor color. So very boosted. Really great movie though. But anyway though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. And like I would say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.